Just want to welcome everyone to the show. You're watching Texas Silver. I have a couple quick announcements before we get into this. In my last video, I talked about JB is coming to Texas. He's going to be here next week. I just got off the phone with him, and apparently Bill Holter is going to come out, so he'll be out here on the ranch, and I know there's some things that I want to ask him, also that JB wants to ask him, and also Matt, so that should be a good deal. Hopefully we're wanting to put out a bunch of content. Put down in the comments stuff that you maybe want us to cover. Obviously we probably can't get to everything, but if someone has a good subject down there, we might pick it up and use that and talk about it. But we're going to try and put out as much content as we can while he's here. We are still planning on having that get together, still working on the plans. We're not 100% where it's going to be, what day and all that, but we'll get it together and we will let y'all know. But he is going to be here all next week. So enough about that. Don't really have anything written down. I kind of had some things in my mind that I wanted to talk about, so we're going to talk about that. But I do follow a lot of different channels out there, and I recommend that you do the same. Not everyone knows everything. I definitely don't know everything, and that's why I also love when y'all comment down below, because most of y'all are probably smarter than me, and I learn a lot from y'all, and everyone else that watches the show learns a lot too. So thank you for the comments below. But I guess there's a lot of different people out there with a lot of different opinions, and for the most part, obviously I watch the content creators that economists, what have you. They're all about in line with kind of my beliefs, but not every one of them, it's not like every one of them thinks the exact same thing. And so, I think a lot of these shows out there will say, hey, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and this is going to happen. Well, we're at a place in time that we have never been before. So how can these people say for sure that this is what's going to happen? I think there's a bunch of different things that could happen, but no one really knows for sure. Maybe not. Maybe there are some people. Obviously, the man upstairs knows what's going to happen, and there's probably some people that are privy to information that obviously us common folk are not privy to. So, but I think this is a controlled demolition. I don't think anything's, that's going on with this economy in the world. I don't think anything's by accident. Everything that's happening over there in the East when it comes to the conflict that's going on over there. We're already hearing talks of, this beer bug coming back and the ramifications that could come with that. So all this stuff, I think, are just excuses to print more money. And I am of a firm belief that the next crisis event that happens is going to be, it's going to be monetary. And I think that's going to be the main thing that everyone's struggling with. But because of the monetary issue that's going to happen, that means all the other social stuff that's going to go along with it. So that's why on this channel, I'm constantly reiterating, first of all, God. God's number one. He's the one that's going to give you strength and all that. I'm not a pastor. I'm not trying to preach, but I do have my faith. I do believe in God. And I believe, and I'm thinking on the same lines of Jeremiah, that I think this next event is going to be biblical. I think we're going to see something that this world has never seen. This is the first time the entire world has been on a complete fiat system. And you have everything that's going on with these BRIC nations that obviously could and probably will challenge the dollar. The dollar could easily be dethroned. And so what is that? What are the ramifications for that with us being Americans living in America? Every dollar that has ever been printed is going to come back to this country, and eventually hyperinflation is going to set in. We're just seeing inflation now. What, Red? Red wanted to come say hi. And he's going to get me off my train of thought. But All right, bud. But yeah, what we're seeing right now, I think, is just a blip of what is going to come and what is possible. But this is my opinion. Again, we don't really know what's going to happen. You know, I keep hearing everything about the housing market and commercial real estate's going to crash. I do believe commercial real estate is going to crash. But stick with me on this. I'm saying I think that's obviously very likely, probably what is going to happen. But if the bond market goes, then the stock market goes, people are going to be looking to, you know, for places to go. Obviously gold and silver, but eventually those will be unattainable. So if you want gold and silver, I would highly recommend getting that now. I think it's on sale. And before I get off on a tangent with that, I'm going to get back. But so if gold and silver aren't available, you know, real estate, people for hundreds of years have always considered real estate, land and all that stuff to be a good source to store your wealth and to gain wealth. So I could see a lot of money, because money doesn't just disappear. And Greg Manorino talks about this all the time. If you don't follow his channel, great guy. I think he's very intelligent, but he's right. Money doesn't just disappear. It just moves from one asset to another. So I could see a lot of money going into real estate. Also, if all this inflation keeps going up, what is going to cost more? The materials and all that to build these houses, the labor costs. So we're at a place we've never been before. Is this like '08? No, it's completely different. So could the real estate market tank? Yeah, absolutely. But I could also see another scenario possible where people are scared, don't know where to dump their money. People are pulling all their money out of banks. One, because you know, most people are being wiped out, but there also could be smart money that's sitting on the sidelines into institutional money that's going to come in and suck up all these properties, which, you know, maybe they will get the properties for cheap, or they'll be buying them and they're just going to keep driving the prices up of these properties. So really, we don't know what's going to happen. And I'm not saying that's going to happen. I've just kind of thought about it. I'm like, you know, what if? So I see a scenario where real estate may not crash. It may dip a little bit, but I could see if it really starts falling apart, money looking for places to go, and it could go into real estate and drive these prices up. You know, BlackRock, Blackwater, you know, all these, you know, could come in and, you know, buy up all this real estate. They've already talked about how they want Americans to own nothing and we'll be happy. Someone's got to own the property. So who are going to own all those properties? So someone's got to come in and buy that stuff. And maybe it will crash and they'll pick them up for pennies on the dollar. But I guess just my point to all this is we don't really know what's going to happen. We can speculate just based off of what's happened in the past. But again, we are at a point that we have never been. So no one can, you know, say exactly they know what's going to happen. They can just speculate what's happened before. But who knows? It could be devastating. Everything just crashes. But you know, we just don't know for sure. So where I'm going with all this is we don't know what's going to happen. So the best thing to do is to try and prepare and insulate yourself for any and every possibility. That's what we talk about. Try and get yourself out of debt, buying precious metals. Right now, you should probably have some cash on the sidelines. So say real estate does drop, boom, you can jump in. Obviously, you want to have. I got another one down here. I don't know if he's in the. Anyways, I'm gonna lose my train of thought with these animals coming up. They all want to be fed. I literally just fed them, but I guess it's not enough. But you know, have your food and your water, and number one next to God is security. And I cannot reiterate enough how important security is. There's a lot of channels out there that, you know, are saying all these different things, but they don't talk about security. And in my opinion, And I said this in my last video, and I'm trying not to sound like a broken record, but it's just that important. I have to drive this point home. If this gets as ugly as I think that it could possibly get, you are going to be on your own. There's not going to be the military coming to your rescue. There's not going to be the police coming to your rescue. All these people are going to go and protect their family. So you need to rely on yourself and your faith. And your faith is only going to take you so far. God has blessed you with a mind to think and with the ability to learn these skills and protect yourself. So God can only do so much. He can show you the way and he can guide you, but you're going to have to do the hard work. So you need to be training with these tools to protect yourself. If you're in an area that you're not allowed to have lead slingers, then you need to pick up another craft, something, learn how to use edged weapons, or how to defend yourself with other, there's other tools out there that you can use. But you definitely want to be able to protect yourself, protect your family, and protect all these preps that you've put back and worked so hard to put back. I know I've spent thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars on everything that I have going on. And I'm sorry, it is hot, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm actually underneath my barn right now because it is brutal out there. I'd be sweating bullets. But just everyone that I think watches this channel is probably aware of everything that I'm talking about. I'm probably not blowing any minds here with anything that I'm talking about, but we just need to stay on track and just know that we don't know what's going to happen. We can only speculate, and the best thing to do is try and be as well-rounded as possible. And again, number one prep next to God is security. So like, in my opinion, if you don't have security, if you don't have a way to protect yourself and your preps, then you might as well not even be preparing, because someone's going to come in and take what they want, and you're going to be helpless. And no amount of praying or any of that, in my opinion, is going to save you. If someone's going to come in and do you harm, they're going to do it. So God is very, very important, but you have to do the hard work. He can't do everything. So I'm going to leave it at that. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial planner. This is just what I'm doing. So just keep doing what you're doing. Metals have been kind of up and down, but I still think they're on sale. I'd highly recommend, if you want to get metals, to get it. I use Texas Precious Metals. I do have a link down below in my description. And if you spend $200 or more with them and use the, it's TX Silver down below, if you use that code, I believe that's right. If not, it is correct in the description. Use that code, you'll get $20 off your first order. I know there's a lot of links out there, and it benefits the content creator, but this benefits y'all. So I love Texas Precious Metals. Hopefully we get out there. I've got a hold of Paul. I think hopefully we can do a really quick interview with him. If not, I believe we're going to do a metals purchase there, so that'll be neat. I guess I'm going to leave it there. I know I said I was about to leave it there, but link below if you want to use Texas Precious Metals, and the code is also in the description to get $20 off your first order. I don't care who you get it from, just please get it. I wouldn't use pawn shops, but there's other great online dealers, and I'm sure there's great local coin shops that are also good. So if you don't want to use Texas Precious Metals, that's fine. It's not going to hurt my feelings. Just get the stuff. That way you can protect your assets, protect your wealth. So we'll leave it at that. Thank you for all being here. Hopefully I didn't get too long-winded. God bless everyone, and I look forward to putting out more videos this next week when Jeremiah Babe is here. Again, Bill Holter, and also Matt. I haven't met Matt before. He seems like a really cool guy, real good dude. So I'm excited to meet him, and he will also be on the show. That's it. Y'all be safe.